am Jess Frick. I am the Director of Managed Applications Product here at Nexcess, and I am joined by the one, the only, the indelible Joe Casabona.
Thank you. Thank you. The indelible. I love that. Thanks, Jess. It's great to be
Well,
here.
you are indelible. Once somebody meets you, you can't forget you. You are a very unique person in a world of templates.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I strive really hard for that. I'm glad it's not just like that weird guy that I met one time.
No, no, and people other than your mom say that about you behind your back too. So there's that too.
Yeah.
So, Joe, we have you here to kind of learn more about how your site is performing now that you're on Nexcess Managed WooCommerce Hosting. But before we get into that, I wanted to kind of talk a bit more about the whys. So, for people who don't know Joe like I do, he literally has written the book on responsive design and building themes and, how to work with your HTML and your CSS. And that all comes from your master's in software engineering, and you literally serve on the faculty of the University of Scranton. So you teach all these in-person classes, and you're obviously very successful. What made you want to start doing it online?
Well, I when I got married, I knew we were moving away from the University of Scranton, and I knew I would miss the teaching in the classroom aspect of it because I was more or less doing it full time. And I still wanted to have that connection to students and create educational content. And so I launched online courses.
One cool thing that, hopefully people will go to creatorcourses.com to kind of see what we're talking about, but you host multiple courses. What's that like? And how do you decide what you want to do?
Yeah, this is a really good question because at first it was just like, I'll just teach whatever, like I know how to do a thing and I'll make a course on it. That's a really bad way to decide how to make a course because I mean, it's probably easy for the course creator, right? You know how to do it until you do it. But for someone to buy from you, they need to know, like, and trust you. So my first course was how to build a WordPress blog. People didn't know, like, and trust me because I knew how to build a blog, which, by the way, there's like a lot of free content on that. Um, but they knew, liked, and trusted me because of my programming chops and my general site building chops with WordPress. So my next couple of courses were a lot more successful. There was one on Beaver Builder. There was one on learning PHP as a primer for WordPress theme development. So you don't have to learn all of PHP. You can just learn enough PHP to kind of work with themes and plugins. So the way I decide now is what are people asking me a lot about? What are the things that I'm known for, I'm liked for, and I'm trusted for? And do I think that this will add value to my current membership and to my current audience?
Love that. We got you over onto Nexcess's Managed WooCommerce Hosting last October. What are the key performance numbers that you look at to decide whether your hosting's really paying off for you?
Yeah, the first thing I did when I moved was I did a speed test, and without changing anything about my site, my GT across the board, GT metrics, Google page speed, increased. My score increased. So like that's so important, right? Because I think like 80% of people will abandon your website if it takes 5 seconds to load. Like it's like you are literally losing a bunch of money if you have a slow site. So that was the first one. Uptime and support response, and with previous hosts, I've had support people tell me like, I don't know, or that's not up, oh, well, you got to check the WordPress. And I'm like, yes, I need to check the WordPress. I did that. You can do things that I can't, but, so I wanted to make sure that I could like talk to somebody and that, I never like feeling like I know more than the person, than the professional I'm talking to. I don't
Yeah.
feel that way with Nexcess, and I'm happy about that. Like, again, I asked one host, this was a couple years ago. I asked one host, when is Let's Encrypt? Like, when will you get Let's Encrypt support? And they're like, what is that? And I'm like, oh
Oh,
man. And it wasn't like brand new. It was like other hosts had rolled out and they're like, we don't know what that is. And I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
So, it's stuff like that, knowledgeable staff, a good infrastructure. And then the things I don't have, I'm a front end guy. I'm not a back end guy. I learned that at my last agency when they're like, have you used like Redis cache or Memcache? And I'm like, don't know any of that. That stuff's already configured for me. So I can focus on building my courses, building the sales pages for my courses. I don't have to worry about, is caching configured so that like the first person who logs in isn't the person who's logged in for everybody.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. That
Well,
is real life experience from a site I was developing.
oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
Well, I just have to say on behalf of everybody here, we're just so excited to have you with Nexcess, and I'm really happy to hear that it's all working out for you. So, closing, is there anything you want to say to our people?
Invest in your business. Pay for the things that you need to pay for, so you can focus on running your business. Good hosting, managed hosting is really important with that, especially if you're going to own your own platform, right? Like you can launch courses on Teachable if you want and just put the videos up. But if you want to control your experience without having to be like a system administrator, managed WordPress or managed WooCommerce hosting is where it's at.
We're not paying you for this, but maybe we should have.
I mean, I I'm a very
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. It's always fun talking with you. And everybody go check out casabona.org and creator courses. You'll love it.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.